Students, today we will discuss about the lesson Human Eye and the Colorful World. Eye. Eye is a natural device using which man could see objects around him. It forms an inverted and real image on a light sensitive surface called the retina. It has following parts. Cornea. Cornea is a thin membrane covering the surface of eyeball through which light enters. Aqueous humor. It is a transparent, gelatinous fluid secreted from the ciliary muscles. Fill the space between the cornea and eye lens. It also provides nutrition to the eye tissue. It provides the nutrition to the eye tissue and increase the protections against dust, wind and pollen grain. Iris. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm that controls the size of the pupil and is located just behind the cornea of the eye. Pupil. Pupil is a black opening. It is a black opening between the aqueous humor and the eye lens. Since light does not get reflected from it, its appearance is dark, and the amount of the light entering the eye is controlled by the size of the pupil. In dim light, it opens up. When you come to the room in a dim light, then its pupil will open up completely through the iris, but in the bright light, it becomes small. But in the bright light, it becomes small. Ciliary muscles. The shape of the eye lens can be modified by the ciliary muscles. This leads to the variation in the focal length. When I look distant object, then the ciliary muscles relax and the focal length of the eye or eye lens increase. When the eye look nearby object, then the ciliary muscles contract and the focal length of the eye lens decreases. Eye lens, it is converging in nature. It is converging in nature and made by the jelly-like proteinaceous material. The focal length of the eye lens is changed by the ciliary muscles. Its function is to focus incoming light rays on the retina. Vitreous humor. It is transparent, colorless, gelatinous mass that fills the space between the lens and retina. Retina. Retina is a delicate membrane having enormous number of light sensitive cells on which real, inverted and diminished image is formed by the lens. These light receptors are known as rod and cone cells. It is equivalent to the photographic film in a camera. Rod and cone cell. These are the cells in the retina which are light sensitive cells. Rod responds to the intensity of the light. Cone responds to the illumination and sensitive for the different color. There are about 125 million rods and cone cells. The cell generates the electrical signals which are transmitted to the brain through the optical nerves. Blind spot, where no receptors are found. No receptors are found on the blind spot. No image is formed on this region. Optic nerve, it acts like a cable. It acts like a cable connecting the eye with the brain. It transmits the visual information in the brain in the form of electrical signals and generated at the retina to the brain. There are some terms related with the eye. Near point of eye, the minimum distance between the object and eye to see the object clearly. To see the object clearly, the minimum distance that at which we can see the object clearly is called the near point of eye. It is also called the least distance of distinct vision, and this distance is 25 centimeter. In young age it is around 7 to 8 centimeter, and in old age it is 1 to 2 meter. Far point of eye. The farthest point up to which an eye can see the object clearly is called the far point of the eye, and it is at infinity. Range of vision. The distance between far point and near point of eye is called range of vision. Accommodation. Accommodation is the ability of the eye lens to adjust its focal length by the action of ciliary muscle to see the clear image of near and far. persistent of vision. The time for which the impression or sensation of an object continue in the eye is called persistent of vision. It is the time for which the impression or sensation of an object continue in the eye is called persistent of vision, and it is about 1 by 16 of a second, and you can understand it with the help of projector. The event is projected at the rate of 24 frames per second. We can see the movies due to this persistent of the vision, because impressions or sensation of the object continue in the eye for 1 by 16 of a second. Each of the human being position such that this is due to the reason the field of view is more and three-dimensional view is possible in this position. Now eye defect. Here are the different type of the eye defect. First is myopia, shortness or short-sightedness or near-sightedness, and we can see the near point or at the short distance. Hypermetropia, hypermetropia or long-sightedness or far-sightedness. In this, person can see at a long distance. Presbyopia, it is the old age defect. It is the old age defect, and near and far points both reduce, and it can be corrected by the focal lens. Upper we can use concave lens, and lower we can use convex lens. Astigmatism, it is the inability of the eye to focus horizontal as well as vertical. A person suffering from this defect cannot focus horizontally and vertically side by side, and this can be corrected by the cylindrical lens. Color blindness. Color blindness, this is caused due to the genetic disorder, and no cure is possible till now. Night blindness. Night blindness is due to the lack of vitamin A. In the dim light or in the dark we can see clearly. This is due to the lack of vitamin A. This can be corrected by taking vitamin A. Cataract. Cataract is in this type of the defect, lens become milky in the old age, and a white covering is covered the lens, and surgery is the only option to remove this white layer. We will discuss about the defect of eye. Main two defects of the eye are, first is myopia. Myopia, short name, means short-sightedness or near-sightedness. In this, we can see nearby object clearly. Eye cannot see distant object, but can see nearby object clearly. In this case, image formed before the retina, and it is caused due to the excessive curvature in the cornea and elongation of the eyeball. Myopia is caused due to elongation of the eyeball and excessive curvature in cornea. It can be corrected by the concave lens. This is the position of the normal eye where image is formed on the retina. But in the myopic eye, that is, in the myopic eye, image is formed before the retina, not at the retina, before the retina. And we can correct it by using the concave lens. When we use the concave lens specs, then we can correct this defect and person can see clearly. Hypermetropia. Hypermetropia, long name and long-sightedness or far-sightedness. Eye cannot see nearby object but can see at a long distance object. Image fall beyond the retina or after the retina, and it is caused due to the greater focal length of the lens and smaller eyeball, and it will be corrected by using the convex lens. This is the situation of normal eye, and in the hypermetropic eye, image is formed after the retina, and we can correct it with the help of the convex lens. Thank you. Prism is a homogeneous, transparent, refracting material enclosed by two inclined planes. refracting surface at some fixed angle called the refracting angle or angle of prism. This is the prism and this is the ray fall on the prism, and the falling ray is called incidence ray. Incident ray. And when incident ray fall in on the prism, it get refract. This is called refracted ray. Refracted ray. Refracted ray. And the rays coming outside is called emergent ray. Now we will draw the normal on both the sides, and the angle between the normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence, and the angle between the normal and refracted ray is called angle of refraction or refraction angle, and the angle between the normal and this emergent ray is called angle of emergence. And when we move backward this incident ray and this refracted ray, then here angle is formed, that is called angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Now dispersion. Dispersion is the splitting up of the white light into 7 colors, or its constituent color is called dispersion. Color sequenced by the acronym we can show by the Vidgyor. This is a prism, and when a ray of light fall on it, then it will split into the 7 color. And this splitting of white light into 7 color is called dispersion, and this band of 7 color is called spectrum. Spectrum is the color pattern, and we can observe this easily in the rainbow. And pattern of this color is in the acronym Vidgyor. What are the necessary conditions for a rainbow? There should be the presence of water droplet, because water droplet act as a prism, and when a ray of light falls from the sun, then it will disperse or dispersion take place, and it will split into the 7 color, and we can see the rainbow easily. And sun must be at the back of the observer. Atmospheric refraction. Atmospheric refraction is the process in which change in direction of light due to the change in density in the atmosphere. At certain place, atmosphere is very dense. At certain place, atmosphere is less dense. Then there is the change in the density, and due to this atmospheric refraction takes place, and we can understand it by the example of twinkling of star and advanced sunrise and sunset. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the scattering of the light by the colloidal particle. Colloidal particle scatter the light. This is called Tyndall effect. Example is sunlight passes through a canopy of the dense forest. Then we feel the misty environment, and this is the Tyndall effect. A fine beam of sunlight enters a room, then dust particle clearly seen, and this is also the example of Tyndall effect. Thank you.